Your savings is only as strong as your ability to replenish it. Think about that for a second. Your savings, no matter what amount is in there, is only as strong as your ability to either continue to add to that or to replenish it if the savings, for whatever reason, has run out. Hey everyone, my name is Kirsten and I'm a money mindset coach for women of color. Welcome to my channel. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about the difference between having a healthy savings and being able to save in a healthy way and hoarding money. Because a lot of people, I think that they are saving money and they're doing the right things, but in actuality, they're hoarding money. And hoarding, just to kind of define it so we're all on the same page, is when you are collecting things, in this case money, kind of collecting things, and you have this deep-seated attachment to it, where if you were to lose it, or if it were to go away or lessen, then you would feel intense anxiety. You would feel like your whole world has gone upside down, and almost to the point where maybe you wouldn't be able to function or do the things that you want to do because you're so obsessed with maintaining a certain amount of something, in this case, money. As you're listening, I want to reiterate or explain that I am not a financial advisor. I am not a CPA. I do not work with helping you invest or things like that. Don't come to me and ask me to balance your checkbook or do your taxes. Those are not things that I do. However, if you need resources on those things, I can point you in the right direction. What I do as a money mindset coach is help you to identify the financial barriers and the financial struggles that you are having and how you're thinking and how your emotions are tied to those things. A lot of people sometimes, I think, when they want to get their finances in order, they just need someone give me a spreadsheet or give me a budget and I'll stick to that and they're fine. Other people, because of trauma, because of how they're raised, because of just their own financial experiences, create these mental blocks in their mind that prevent them from making the money or using their money wisely in a way that feels good and allows them to have financial freedom. So if you are someone that struggles with those things, you kind of feel like you constantly have negative thoughts around money, if you feel like, you've been doing all the things, you've been doing all the budgets and all the planning, but it's still not working out, or even if you feel like you make good money and for some reason your bank account ends up with 1 or 2 digits and you're not really understanding why, it's probably your mindset and your habits. So if you like these videos and you want to get into more how to create financial freedom for yourself, I have a membership program called Money Queens, and it's only $5 a month, and you can click the link below in the description and you'll get monthly trainings from me and monthly bonuses on how to change your mindset to create a life of true financial freedom. So I think a lot of people, if you're like me, a millennial, or Gen X, I think that we all have kind of grown up with this concept of saving and that you need to save, you have to save. It's so important to save, right? And because our parents often grew up in a time where, there was a lot of economic challenges within their society, so having a savings was really important. That's kind of how you were able to maintain your way of life if you had a savings to fall back on. Obviously, having a savings is important, but I think that sometimes we get so obsessed on saving that we forget to actually use our money to enjoy ourselves and do the things that we want to do. And really, I feel like savings becomes this imaginary safety net, because yes, it can help you in certain situations, but if you're unable to replenish it, if you're unable to at one point, start saving again, when you have to use your savings and it runs out, what are you going to do if you have no means to regenerate money? That's the other thing. We always kind of think that, okay, I have, $10,000 in the bank, so I'm good. yeah, you're only really good until a certain point unless you're able to some way replenish that money. And that goes for anything. If you lose your job, if you want to travel abroad, if you want to travel for a year without working, you're going to have a way, unless there's an end date, then you're going to want a way to replenish your money. And so in today's video, I'm going to give you some ways to really understand how you are with your money. If you are if you're having a healthy savings with your money, or if you are hoarding your money, and how you can kind of make the shift into hoarding into having a healthy savings. So if you're still listening, if you're still watching, and you're very curious about what I have to say and you like what I'm saying so far, make sure that you click the like button and the subscribe button so that you can get more money mindset tips on how to live a life of true financial freedom. Okay, so if you're kind of curious if you are actually saving money or hoarding money, the first thing that you can do is to ask yourself, if my money were to go away tomorrow or even today, if, God forbid an emergency happened, but if for some reason you had to spend all of your entire life savings or all the savings that you have in your account right now, what would you do and how would you feel? Obviously, anyone would probably have like a mini panic attack and feel a little bit overwhelmed by the loss of this money. Not really the loss, but maybe the transfer, because I don't feel like, money is really lost. It's just like energy. It's just transferred. So if you had to transfer your money to something else, you probably would feel a little lost, a little scared, a little nervous, and that's fine. And always when you have these strong emotions, it's always important to kind of sit with those emotions and breathe through them. But then what would be your next step after that? After you got over the shock, would you kind of stay in this like depressed mode of like, oh my goodness, all my money is gone. What do I do? I'm just going to stay home and never go out again. Or would you take a minute and realize that even though your savings might be gone, you're still alive. You still probably have everything that you need to meet your immediate needs. You have probably a place to stay, food to eat, water to drink. So you have all of your immediate needs met. And guess what? You're not on fire. Like, I feel that, a lot of the times when something shocking happens, we forget that we're not literally on fire, that the world is not actually coming down. There's not an immediate threat to our survival and to our well-being. And if there is not an immediate threat to your survival, your well-being, you're probably going to be okay. You probably have a way to solve the problem, to get out of your situation. So always think about that. So if your savings were to have to be transferred to another thing, you had to spend it, what would you do and how would you feel? And if you feel that you could probably find a way to get it back, you would move forward, then that's probably a sign that you have a healthy savings. If you feel like I don't even know what to do, or if you feel like I don't even want to think about that, then you might actually be hoarding your money. So the second thing that you want to ask yourself is, what exactly are you saving for? Now, this video isn't to discourage you from saving. Please save. Saving is important. What I want you to gain from this video is not having an attachment to your savings and having a plan to replenish your savings in the event that you need to use your savings for whatever reason. So I think that one thing that can also help you to save as well is having a specific plan for your savings. Is this a rainy day fund? Are you planning to take a sabbatical? Are you planning to travel the world? What specifically are you saving for? And that can help you to not only put money into your savings, but kind of release this attachment of just needing to save for the sake of a saving because the world's going to end and your savings is going to save you. It's important to save, but it's important to know what you're saving for. And if you are struggling with creating your savings, the Financial Diet has a great video on how to save money. It's 4 minutes long and it's really practical, and I think that it will really help you to get on track with your savings. I will put the link below. I also put a link below for an article that I wrote for the Financial Diet on the journaling technique that fixed my relationship with money. So really, really get specific on what you are saving for. Are you saving, don't just say emergency fund or rainy day, because what does that really mean? Because you want to know where your money is going and when it's going there. And so if you're saving for, the event that you lose your job, okay, so you have that savings, how exactly are you going to use that savings to help you in the event of that emergency? So whatever it is that you are saving for, not only have a number of what you're saving, but also understand how you're going to use that money for when the time comes. So thank you for watching the video. If you got this far, I want to just reiterate the 2 things that we talked about today to see if you are hoarding your money or actually spending your money. So number 1 is, or number 2, I think it was, but what are you actually saving for? Understand what you are saving for. And number 2, asking yourself what would happen if you had to spend your money. How would you feel? What would you do? And how would you get that money back or replenish that money if you had to spend it? So tell me in the comments, are you saving your money or are you kind of hoarding your money? What's going on there? I would love to know. This is a safe space. Comment below if there are any hateful comments or judgmental comments. I will delete them or I will say a very strong statement. But let me know, how are you saving, and also what struggles that you have, what you think of saving in general. Comment below if you are hoarding your money or saving it, if you want to share, or comment below what savings is like for you. Is it something that you struggle with? Is it something that you enjoy? Is it something that you feel like it's just your obligation to do? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you found this video helpful, please share it with your friends, your family, your social media.